Before I start my speech, I'll show my audience. Focus on the road and put the phone down. The purpose of the speech is to persuade you to put your phone down while you drive. Car accidents happen every day because of a careless driver on their phone. As a daily driver, I see people driving around on their phones, either texting or calling someone. According to roadway safety writers Larry Moore and Gregory Moore, a study shows drivers between the age of 25 and 54 accounted for 81% of distracted driving accidents. Today, after hearing my speech, I hope you will put down the phone and drive safer. I hope you will share this information with your friends and other family members so they can be safe and keep others safe while driving. In this speech, I will persuade you to be safe drivers by showing photos of car crashes like this one, and I will share my thoughts on distracted drivers as well. Let's start with a photo. The photo you see here is of a car accident. Of a careless driver who was using her phone while driving to answer Facebook messages. In that car was her 11-year-old daughter, 2 of her nieces who were both 5 years old, and her 3-year-old son. Only 2 of the people in the car survived, the mom and the 3-year-old son. Every day when I wake up, I see at least one news article on whether it be Google News or Yahoo of a car accident that's happened. This is one of the outcomes of what can happen while you're using your phone while driving. Now let's look at why you should put the phone down while driving. Why should you put your phone down while you drive? Because you can not only save your life, but family members' life, passengers in the car's life, and pedestrians. According to Larry and Gregory Moore and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the NHTSA believes distracted drivers pose safety risks to themselves and other occupants, as well as people driving in cars and walking. The second visual aid that I will be showing is a picture of a guy driving through traffic using both of his hands to text on his phone. When I look at this picture, it makes me sad to think that people can be so careless to not pay attention to the road but answer their phones. You should be concentrated on the road, because a deer could jump out in front of you if you're on the highway or driving through country towns or roads. People could be walking on the sidewalks in town, or other vehicles that are on the side of the road who broke down and you don't see them and you're on your phone. You could crash right into them. You could also cause accidents by just sitting on your phone, talking on your phone, texting, or voice texting, and things like this could happen. Going back to the first picture. According to Rutgers University, 2 new studies show that talking on the phone while traveling, whether you're on foot as a pedestrian or driving in another car, increasing both of those deaths while using your phone increases deaths, and there's a recommended crackdown on cell phone users who are both pedestrians and other drivers. Finally, let's look to see if there are any safe ways you can use your phone while driving. Are there any safe ways to use your phone while driving?
No.
No.
Nope. There are no safe ways to use your phone while driving. For example, hands-free, that's not safe because you're still distracted. Voice texting, that's still not safe because even when you're driving and you're just talking to your phone, it becomes a distraction because the saying multitasking, it's not true. You can't do 2 things at once. You can only think about one thing at a time, otherwise something bad's going to happen. According to the National Safety Council, driving and talking on the phone, both tasks that require a lot of thought. When doing both at the same time, your brain cannot do either one of them well. According to the National Safety Council again, drivers talking on cell phones can be looking through the windshield and they can potentially miss seeing what's right in front of them. They can miss seeing up to half of what's in front of them. So for instance, you're driving in your car on the highway, you're on your phone, and then you're not paying attention, and all of a sudden a deer just walks across the road, and then bang, you hit the deer. Please don't use your phones and drive at the same time. Chances are you can cost your life or someone else's life. You can end up killing you, passengers in the car, or anyone else outside of the car as well. Now, I know there's many taxi drivers and Uber drivers in big cities that have to use their phone to contact their passengers. Like Uber drivers, you call them for a ride and they answer when they're driving, or sometimes when they're super busy they have to answer their phone anyway, and that can be a big distraction to pedestrians just walking around. In conclusion, I hope you have learned a lot after hearing this speech. Distracted driving is deadly driving. Put the phone down and focus on the road. I have discussed with you within this speech many topics about distracted driving. Next time you get in your car and your phone starts buzzing or you hear a ding from your phone, just leave it. Don't answer it. Or better yet, turn it off. Before you start driving, before you even turn the car on, just turn your phone off and throw it to the side. Do you want to keep yourself safe and everyone around you safe? Then that's the best thing to do. Just shut your phone off until you get to where you need to be. I don't use my phone while I drive, and neither should you. Be smart, drive smart.